let's gossip about memes. It's memes, not memes. I was watching this interesting interview between Neil deGrasse Tyson and Richard Dawkins, the inventor of the term meme, and I thought to myself that I can tell you about the psychological, behavioral, religious, cultural, political, are you done? Impact of memes. So I read this book entitled Virus of the Mind by Richard Brody a couple of years, no, actually many years ago. I guess it was in 2010, so 14 years ago. I'm old. This book talks about memes. And actually, it's a very easy read for people who don't have a scientific background. So most of the things I'm going to tell you about today are from this book. So if you're more curious, just read it. Let's start by learning what are memes. The term meme was invented by the Oxford biologist Richard Dawkins in his book The Selfish Gene, and it is defined as a basic unit of cultural transmission or imitation. Let me make it simple. It means that from a gene's point of view, a human is just an instrument for the gene to replicate itself. Is it clear, or did I make it more complicated? Let's talk about the cultural memes, because these are the ones that we're interested in. Like any body or object is composed of many atoms, culture as a social phenomenon is also composed of many memes or thought units. And these memes are in constant competition between one another, and the memes that win are the ones who are more likely to be transmitted and replicated from a mind to another. Is it clearer now? What is cool about this story is that within these cultural memes, there are behavioral ones. Follow me on this reasoning. Memes spread so easily because they have infectious and evolutionary properties. The infectious properties of memes can be instructional, linked to novelty, likability, and copying mechanisms. Copying, not coping. Instructional properties are basically linked to the fact that people like being told what to do when they know little about the topic. Novelty and likability interfere with our emotions and stimulate associative learning through dopamine-based circuitries. Likability also depends on the compatibility and fitness of the new meme within the cultural context in which the person is living. And these fitness elements can be related to the context of the meme, the location, the time, and also the making sense of this meme according to these different environmental factors. Copying mechanisms, on the other hand, are related to the capacity of the meme to be replicated and copied by others. So basically, it has to be simple, it has to be very much imitable, it has to be attractive, it has to give you that kind of feel-good aspect so that you want to share it with others. Now that we talked about the infectious properties, let's talk about the evolutionary properties of memes. Memes, in order to spread and create a change, they require situational and psychological properties. The situational properties are basically the presence of a crisis, of a danger, or even an opportunity. While for psychological properties, we have three factors: cognitive dissonance, and we talked previously about it, conditioning by repetition, and the Trojan horse. As living beings, we require three principal instincts to survive. The first is hunger, so that we can find food to eat. The second is avoiding danger, and the third is sexual reproduction. The Trojan horse programming happens when you take an instinctive meme and you infiltrate inside of it a lot of other memes with another cognitive and behavioral objective. And this is frequently used in neurolinguistic programming. So these infectious and evolutionary elements create a fertile soil for memes to reproduce and to spread. And this is how the exchange of memes happens from the self to the others within the cultural environment. And even people who have not been infected yet, when they go into a new culture, they can get infected by the new meme. It's not like memes are a disease. It's just like that memes are ideas that are more pertinent than others, Even though some memes can be bad, but many of them can be actually very good when it comes to social revolution and paradigm shifts within a society and a culture. And let me finish with what Victor Hugo said: an invasion of armies can be resisted, but not an idea whose time has come.